Hello, everyone. How is everyone? All right?
Yeah, good, thanks.
Yeah, good.
Another exciting show again.
Yes.
So tonight's lesson is Ultrasonic Sensor Module. And I'm not doing the lesson tonight, Jack. Well, I've done the lesson, but Jack's going to show the lesson tonight.
Yeah.
So, right, I'll go through this bit of chat. So we've got D. Harris says, "Evening, Alex, Mark, and Jack. Hope you are all well." Evening, D.
Hiya, D.
Evening.
And then evening, D says, "Evening, all in chat." And then we've got DS Models and Vintage saying, "Hi, Alex, Mark, and Jack, and all in chat. Good luck with your show, guys." Evening, Dave.
Hi, Dave. Thank you.
Hi, Dave.
And then we've got D. Harris saying, "Evening, Sir Dave." And then we've got Geordie Dave saying, "Evening, everyone." Evening, Geordie Dave.
Hi, Johnny Dave.
And then we've got Yorkshire Crafter saying, "Hi, everyone. Hi, love."
Hi, Julie.
And then we've got D. Harris saying, "Evening at Yorkshire Crafter." And then we've got D. Harris saying, "Evening at Geordie Dave." Geordie Dave saying, "Evening at D. Harris." And Yorkshire Crafter saying, "Evening at D. Harris." And that's the chat just for now. Oh, hang on, another one's just come in.
Oh, yeah.
We've got Dave Matt Build saying, "Good evening, everyone in chat and to the electricians."
Hi, Dave, Matt.
Hi, Dave Mac.
Hi, Dave Mac.
Right, Jack, over to you.
Over to me. Right. Share my screen. Yes. Right. This is a lesson for tonight. If it come up on screen. Yeah. Right, there we go. This is a lesson for tonight. Lesson 10, Ultrasonic Sensor Module. Ultrasonic sensor is great for all kind of products that need distance measurements, avoiding obstacles as examples. The HCSR04 is inexpensive and easy to use since we'll be using a library specifically designed for this sensor. The components are here. There's two components here. Ultrasonic sensor module provides 2 centimeters to 400 centimeter non-contact measurement function. The ranging accuracy can reach to 3 millimeters. The modules includes ultrasonic transmitters, receiver, and control unit. The basic principle of work is one using I/O trigger for at least 10 US high-level signal. I don't know what that means. The module automatically sends 8 kilohertz and detects whether 840 kilohertz and detects whether there is a pulse signal back. If the signal through high level time of high output IO duration is the same from sending ultrasonic torch tuning. And there's the calculation for test distance. The timing diagram is shown below. You only need to supply a short 10 US pulse to trigger the input to start arranging, and then the module will set out an 8-cycle burst of ultrasound at 40 kilohertz and raise its echo. The echo is a distance object, the pulse width and the range in proportion. You can also calculate the range through the time interval between sending a trigger signal and receiving echo signal. There's the formula there. I'm not going to read all that out because we suggest to use over 60 millisecond measurement cycle to prevent trigger signal to the echo signal. There's the diagrams here for the timing. Then the schematic here. And this is how it's going to be wired up, which I've already done. And it says, using a library design for these sensors will make our code short and simple. We include the library at the beginning of our code, and then by using simple commands, we can control the behavior of the sensor. After wiring, please open the program code folder lesson 10, ultrasonic sensor module, and click upload to upload the program. See lesson 2 for details about the uploading if there are any errors. Before you can run this, make sure you have installed the HC-SR04 library or reinstall it if necessary. Otherwise, the code won't work. For the see lesson 1, if that doesn't work, this is it wired up. Not too difficult. It says here, open the monitor. Then you can see the data below. Click the serial monitor button to turn on the serial monitor. Okay, right. Open the monitor and you see the data. Right. That's right. So have this. Right. Have this lesson now. I've already wired it up and everything. I'll show you it working in a second. Show you the code. Share on screen. Share this screen again. Share this one. This is the code. There's not much here. Really simple. And then in order to upload the library, you go to Sketch, include library, then add zip library. I'll go to where mine's saved. In here. Stop doing that. Where is it doing that? Here, and then English. Well, I mean, you don't have to go to code. You can't. I think it's in there anyway. But if you go to libraries, you'll find it here. I've already done this, so it'll probably error if I do it again. And then you just upload it. And it took a little bit the first time I did it, but it shouldn't take that long now. Right, there we go. The code's uploaded. And then it said something about monitor. I don't know.
Right,
Open the monitor, you can see below.
So you go back to Arduino.
Go back to this.
Yeah.
Here.
And then you go to Sketch. I think
You go to Tools.
Was it Tools?
Tools, and then go down to Serial Monitor.
Okay.
Give it a second, and then it should start displaying your distance.
Yeah, I'm moving my hand around it.
Ideal if you're wanting to measure something.
Or like a distance of like people walking, or I don't know, depending on how far away it is.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I moved it away, so like the nearest thing now is 370 meters away.
But if you click the thing, show timestamp, there it goes. It gives you the time of what it's reading it as.
Yeah. I can probably. Is there a thing here? Yeah, here, right. If I make this big screen, give a better example of this now. I have this here, this one. So right now the monitor is like 50 centimeters away. I put my hand in front of it.
Yeah.
And it says 18, 22, 14, 6, 2. Move it away, 50, 6. Move it away. Yeah, there we go. That's how it works. And that's the lesson, I think, for tonight. They're not a difficult one.
Just to show that I've done this as well, if I share mine. Screen 2. Make that bigger for everybody to see. So yeah, I've got mine here. There we go. There we go. One admins, please sort that. I know you will do, guys. But yeah, I don't think there's much in the code we can change on this.
Change the delay between how long between the thing.
Delay.
So change the delay, and I think that's it.
So what do I do? Have that, or
I would not touch that delay. I would do the second delay on
the loop delay. Yeah.
What do you want to?
Just
What
half
should
it.
we say?
Just half it. Just half it. Because that's a second. That does it every second. We do it every. Yeah.
Half a second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it should make it very mad.
And you have to open them. Yeah.
Done uploading. As you can see, these numbers now are coming in a lot faster.
Maybe see if you can get like a constant stream of it. Maybe see if you can do it like 100, and then
100.
yeah, get like a constant stream with like almost no delay. But you need obviously it needs time to think.
Well, I'm wondering if what happens if you put 0. To be honest,
Maybe yeah.
Try
Try 0. Try 0.
This could be dangerous.
What's the worst that can happen? It blows up.
Mind you, if you've got 0, you might as well delete the whole line. But let's not
Exactly. I would say just coming it out.
see what happens. There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Look at that.
No delay now. Nice.
There we go. We played around with the code.
Kind of.
Because me and Horlixs were just saying just before we started, so I'll come back to all of us. There we go. This was used in the R2D2 build.
Yeah.
In the chest, there was 2 sensors. I think one was a mic. No, that was on the top, wasn't it? They're both them, aren't they?
Not too sure. I'd have to take the head off my R2D2 to find out.
Yeah, no, they're
And I haven't done that in a long time.
So you can probably. He's a bit dusty. You can see them just in the front there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those 2 there. That is what we're playing with. So this is, works in the same way. So it knows if it's coming up to an object, and then he turns.
Basically, the board's been told to back away or move away, go in a different direction.
Yeah, but with R2, he's got quite a few sensors because he's got those that does that. Plus, he's got the foot sensor. So if it bashes, it manually overwrites it. And then you've got ones in the shoulder as well.
Right, I just want to show this. So I was on Amazon last night trying to sort something. Now, and I found a case for my Arduino board. So I don't have to worry about static now. It's got little holes in the top so you can still access the pins. You've got the bit on the side as well, which, you can connect your USB up to it. And it's quite nifty to have. And I've just realised you can put it on a wall or something like that. So, and that were only £3.50. And they had various colours as well. So I'm quite chuffed with that. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Good old Amazon. And it protects the board as well. So, because every time I was finished using it, I put it back in my drawer, but I put it in this non-static bag that it came in. So, really chuffed with that. Right, I'll just catch up on chat. And then we'll let Horlixs tinker with things. So, D. Harris is saying evening at Dave Mac. Georgie Davis saying evening Yorkshire Crafter. Georgie Davis saying evening at Dave Mac. Dave Mac Bills saying evening D. And then Dave Mac Bills is saying good evening Yorkshire Crafter. And then Beth's Bits and Pieces. Hey Horlixs, just popped in to show you some support.
Hi Beth, thank you very much. Yes, Beth was I think a mod on Heart of Danny's channel.
Oh,
I believe. So yeah, that's where I saw Beth. So yeah, thank you for popping in.
And then we've got Georgie Dave saying hi Beth. And then Beth's Bits and Pieces saying hey Georgie Dave. Then thank you moderators. Dee's sorted them out, so they're gone. And then Yorkshire Crafter says good evening at Dave Mac. And then we've got Dave Mac saying evening at Geordie Dave. And then we've got Dave Mac saying hi Beth. And that's the chat caught up with.
Nice.
Right, Horlicks, over to you.
Okay, so I thought it's very difficult to know what to do, to be honest, because as you saw, like Mark just had a play. Apart from the timings, there's not really a lot you can do with that because that's just like a test sample. But I thought, well, let's go out a little bit further as I do. So, what I'm going to do is I've got my Arduino here, and I thought instead of using the serial monitor that you saw on screen to show the distances for the sensor, I thought, why not add an LCD to show the distances instead of the serial monitor, because the serial monitor is basically a digital version of an LCD. So there's two ways of, we'll probably come on to this later on. These do get they're okay once you get to know them, and they're quite easy to program, but it's the initial setting up which I think is the hardest thing to do with these. You've got two ways you can install one of these LCD screens. And I'll just run over that now. So you've got three. You can buy them. I've got three of these LCDs just because I went for I don't know, I got one from somewhere else and then I bought one. No, I bought this one, and then these I got one from work, and this one came with the kit unused. So they're all the same. Differences are, apart from me 3D printing a case for this one, you've got the pins on the back which you can individually wire up. So if you remember the beginning of our show, on the intro, you'll see that I wired this up and it was plugged into the board like that, and then to each of the pins. So that is the harder way of wiring it up. And then you put individual pins, that's a whole different ball game. You can also get the screens, which I haven't got one, but you can get the same screen without the pins if you want to solder wires directly to the circuit board. Or you can get one of these screens, which is exactly the same. But if I take the back off, you will notice it's got a little black circuit board, which is actually soldered into the pins. And this is like a backpack, they call it. So it's an I2C, which is, I had to look this up, an integrated circuit. Now, all this does is basically make wiring a screen up that much easier. As you see, we've got 4 wires now instead of 16, because there's 16 pins on these. So instead of wiring up 16 pins, then we've only got 4, which just makes things easier. So that is the difference, and I'm going to do it with the 4 wires this time, just to make things easier for tonight's show. So let's go to the code. Share my screen. There we go. So all we're going to do is tell it to add a screen. Now, the magic of the I2C screen with the 4 cables is that code. There's a library that makes our life a lot easier. So this is our example code that Mark and Jack used, and all we're going to do is add a screen, which is fairly straightforward. So I'm just move this out of the way, and then we'll start typing away. So there's 2 libraries we need to include to have this screen to work. So the first is going to be, if I can spell, we're going to include wire. Oh, now wire is to be honest, don't really know. I do know, but I can't explain it. Wire is like it basically communicates between the code and the I2C little backpack chip that's on the back of that screen. It basically it's the middleman, if you like. It just talks to everything. If that makes any sense. So we're going to include wire, and that needs to be a capital W because then it goes orange. We're also going to include liquid crystal I2C, which again is another library, so you can install it by just going to include library. I've got it in here under new liquid crystal. No, I haven't. I've got a few. Which did I save it as? It's not that one. There's the wire. Oh God, I can't find it now. It's not that one. I thought it was that one. Right, well, anyway, I know it's in here. That isn't, without looking for it. I don't want to take too long. So I'm going to just type it in manually. So I want to include the other library, which I can't remember which one it is, but we're going to do liquid crystal. Can't spell tonight. Underscore by I2C, and then it'll go orange. .h. So that is all we need for that. Next, we're going to tell it what the address is of the screen. Now, in most cases, I'm baffling you, but most cases it's 027. There is ways of checking depending on your module, but out of all of these screens, they're all been the same address. So all we're going to do, I'm going to copy this because it'll be easier. Just going to copy that bit there. Liquid crystal space LCD brackets 0 times 27, which is the address. And then we want to tell it the size of the screen. So mine's 16 pixels across by 2 down. So just do 16, 2. Okay, close brackets and semicolon. There we go. So that's now told it we've got a screen at that address, 0 times 27, and it's a 16 by 2. That's all we have to do to get the screen to work. Now we're going to need to amend the actual original code because this is telling it to print to the serial monitor. We don't want that. So all I need to do is change serial to LCD. We're going to LCD begin. We don't need the 9600 because that's the baud rate. So that can just come out and leave the brackets with nothing in them. And then the same here. We're just going to change this serial to LCD. So LCD.print. And it's going to print the distance, which is up here from the SR04 module. And then we're going to LCD print in the centimeters and then delay that. So that should be it. So let's go back down to my desk. Now I've written that, and we'll wire all of this up. Oh God. Okay, so won't take me a minute. So we've got a module, so I'm going to wire this up. Trigger as per the code. So trigger, let's have a look at this. The trigger pin is 12. The echo pin is 11. Done. Then we're going to want VCC, which is 5 volt. So I'm going to use purple wire for that because I haven't got any reds left. Ground, which is going to be earth. So that is our module wired up. Now we've just got to add the screen. Easy to do. So red, positive, black, negative. It makes it so much easier with this backpack on it because then it's just, as I say, it's 4 wires. These two are analog. So I've already written on them. You've got analog 5 and analog 4, and there you'll find these right in the bottom corner down here. You've got A5 and A4. They're going to go into there. So yellow is A5 and A4. That should be it. We should be ready to go, in theory. So let me upload the code. See if we get any errors. And before I do, we have got an error. Because it might help if I actually plugged it in.
What?
We've got some life. Right, let's try again. Will it talk to me? Yeah. Okay. Oh God. Let me just spin this camera around and we can see this working. So now you can see it's printing what we had on the serial monitor on here. Now it's a little bit, it's got like these extra bits on there, but so if I try and get this in a way you can actually see it, if I put my hand close, you can see, you can vaguely see things changing. Now, the problem with it is, this looks really messy. You can't really understand what's going on, so let's fix that. All we have to do in the code is on our loop, we're telling it to write the distance, print the distance, and then followed by centimeters, then delay, and then reprint the distance. All we need to do is put another line of code here that says lcd.clear, open, close, semicolon. That will clear the LCD before it then reprints the next measurement. So let's upload this. If it will go through. Come back to my screen. It should just print one at a time now. There you go. And
wow.
You move your hand about, and then it's changing the further I'm coming back, and then the closer I get. And then in the same respect, like Mark played with earlier, we can change this delay here to do 500, half a second. Let's upload that. That should make that go quicker. There we go. So all we've really done today is tell the LCD to display this rather than the serial monitor. I'm not quite sure what IN means on this print. So let me change that. Let me just delete that and see what happens. You might need to set the cursor. I'm not really sure what effect that's got. I know it bounces back to 0, so maybe that's what. Let me just re-upload that. Right, yeah, I'm not quite sure. But there you go. That's, you know, and you can play with this even. Oh, hello. You can play with it even more. So instead of centimeters, you could change this to say away from target. Let's see what that does.
You can't go a space far away.
Yeah. So you could change this as well. You could put another I can't remember what you do with that. Set. I think it's LCD dot set cursor. No, it's not that. What is it? Capital S. I can't remember the bit of code for that. But you can tell it to set the cursor, and then we can change where things look. Hang on a minute. I'm just going to open. Let's have a play with this as we're here. So. Okay. Yeah, I was nearly right. So what we can do here is do LCD.
Hang on, let me just put your screen on. There we go.
Oh, sorry, couldn't see me. Yeah, what we can do here is do LCD set. It's set cursor. I was right with a capital C. That should go orange. Yeah. So yeah, we're going to set the cursor. I think we can do this on this. And then we can tell it what pixels to set the cursor to. So if you want it 2 across or on the second line, whatever. Line 1 is 0 and line 2 is 1. So what we can do, I want the, let's just say set cursor 1 and then 1, close bracket, semicolon. So it's going to set the cursor on the, 0, on the first line, 1 pixel, 1 block in, because there's 16 blocks. And then that'll print the distance, hopefully. And then what we can do under here is do LCD dot set cursor. I get carried away, I do apologise. LCD set cursor, we want that on line 2. So let's do 1 and then 0 because I want it there's quite a lot of text to write in. And then print, let's get rid of the ln. Make that look nice. Away from target. There we go. We're going to set that delay back up to a second. Let's see what this does. So, upload. Hopefully there's no errors. It should now have the... Oh.
Screen's not big enough.
Well, that's interesting. I was expecting that to be different. I was expecting the distance to be at the top because that's line 0. And it's reversed it.
Maybe try reverse it on the thing.
Hang on. No. I've done it wrong. I do apologise. I've got them mixed up. That's all I've done. So, makes sense now. The first number is the line, is the width. So I want it to start one on line 0. It's the other way around. That is going to be. Actually, I want that to 0. No, 1. And then that I want 0 on line 2, which is 1. That should then flip them around the other way with any luck. Switcheroonie, please. There you go.
There we go.
And then there you go. That's like.
Awesome.
And then what you could do. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So we could go 5 in. And what we can do is go to under here. We could add LCD set cursor. We can do 5 dash line 1 semicolon. And underneath there, we'll do LCD. I love programming LCDs, as you can tell. LCD print, and then we need the exclamation, comma thingy, inverted comma. We're typing centimeters because we want to add that. Then hopefully that will also print centimeter after the distance a different way. Hopefully, if not, we'll fix it. You didn't see any of that. There you go. So you can bring that to wherever you want it to be. And that you didn't see. All I did was I've told it to show the distance on that line and then print the distance and then set the cursor at the 5th line in on the top line and then print centimeters. That's all I've done. And then set it and then, yeah. So that's basically how that works. You know, and then if you want to, I mean, that looks a bit funny. You can just set this to 0 and then we can move that to line 3. Obviously that won't really work. Actually, let's do, if I do that at 3, you'll see that the centimeter will actually sit behind. There you go. 1, 2, 3. So that actually needs to be set at 2 or even 1. There you go, 2 centimeters. But the problem with that is it's going to block any bigger distances. So you've got to be careful about how you position. Then it should show us 2 digits. Anyway, there we go. That's my little bit of a show tonight. There you go.
Nice.
That was really good.
Moving away from target.
Yeah.
There you go. See, that's how you can play with it. Like once you get started, there's not really a lot of code we've done, apart from adding the libraries up here, and then printing stuff on the screen. That's how you can add stuff. So
Fantastic.
yeah, that's me done.
Yeah,
That's
really
it.
good.
Yeah,
Mm.
fantastic. Right, I'll just catch up with this chat. Jay's channel says, good evening all. Sorry, dozed off. LOL. Hope you have a good show and have fun. Hi, Jason.
Right,
Hi,
Joe.
Jason.
D. Harris says, evening at Jay's channel. And Jay's channel says, at D. Harris, hiya. And that's the chat for now. So, yeah, I found that interesting about obviously adding the LCD screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was planning to do something a bit like this for the Rootmaster mod of my base. I was going to install a screen on the front of it, and then do something like a little Rootmaster going past, and because you can make custom characters as well.
That'd be good.
So
Right, well, next week's lesson, and this is really going to interest Geordie Dave, is temperature and humidity sensor.
Nice.
I also can see if your onions are at the right humidity.
That's definitely going to interest Geordie Dave down at his allotment. So, yeah, temperature and humidity sensor next week. So, I'm looking forward to that one. Love to know how they work. But, Dave Max says, great show, guys. Thanks, Dave.
Thanks, Dave.
Thanks, Dave.
And yeah, so what we've got coming up through the week. So tomorrow is Craft and Chat, 7 p.m. on Yorkshire Crafter, Crafty Chris and Horlixs Channel. I think, Northern Model Builders Channel as well. And then Friday, I believe Geordie Dave is going live on Friday. So keep an eye out for that. And then Saturday will be DS Models and Vintage. Sunday would be me having my normal rant at 6 o'clock, but I've got some news on that as well. And then at 8 o'clock, it is the Northern Model Builders show. And then Monday is Crafty Chris and Yorkshire Crafter doing Disney Doll's House. And then Tuesday, 8 p.m. is Crafty Chris doing her Eddie Stobart, as long as she doesn't have another power cut. Oh, God, couldn't believe that yesterday. Luckily, it came back on. Geordie Dave says, cool, my onions are fine. So, I think it's more temperature humidity sensors, more really in the fact of maybe like in a greenhouse that you'd want to know what it was. But DS Models of Vintage said, would it be able to detect humidity in a guitar? Good show, guys. Bye all. Stay safe. In a guitar? I don't get that. I'm trying to work that one out.
No, I'm not sure.
I would have thought so.
I suppose wherever you put the sensor, it would detect whatever.
Yeah. So, yeah, be nicely used in greenhouses, sheds. Depends on what you're growing, really. Right, so I think that's it for tonight. Who wants to do their goodbye first?
Oh, I can if you want. So, yeah, thank you all for watching. Thank you very much. And I hope to see you on the next show.
No, you won't.
No, I won't. No, you're right. I'm away. So sorry, I'm so tired. No, I'm away. Yeah, from Saturday, so I won't be about. Oh yeah, I won't be here next week, so you'll have to man the show.
Oh
and
gosh.
come up with some awesome stuff to do.
Oh no.
But
Oh no.
yeah, I'm actually going to Devon. It's come around really quick. I went to Devon last year and we actually booked it again because we had a deal. You know what it's like when you go to these places. Oh, book now and get next year's holiday with like 80% off or whatever it was. So we booked it and it's come around really quick. Yeah, I'm going away into Devon for a week just to chill out and yeah.
So we won't see Horlicks back for a few weeks now.
Yeah, so I won't be here next week. But then the following I'll be here, so I'll only miss one show.
Okay. Jack?
Yeah. Thank you for watching. We'll see you on the next show next week, hopefully, if it doesn't get either cancelled or whatever due to other things. But yeah, thank you for watching, and we'll see you hopefully next week.
Okay, so it's just up to me. I'm just going to catch up with this chat. D. Harris says, very interesting stream the night. Good show and good night, host. Enjoy your time away, Alex.
Thank you, D.
And then D saying, at Georgia Dave, at DS Models and Vintage, night both. And then D says, night all in chat. Dave Mike says, night D. D. Harris says, night at Dave Mac. Georgia Dave saying, at D. Harris, good night. And we've got DS Models and Vintage. Guitar humidity is very important to stop guitar drying out, etc. I did not know that.
No, I didn't either.
I
just thought you'd pick it up and start banging a tune out on it. I didn't realise it was like, important to store it in the correct way.
Yeah. So it's a good night for me. Hopefully we'll have a show next week and see what we can come up with. And yeah, everybody keep safe and we'll see you next week. So it's a goodbye from me and I think it's a goodbye from all of us.
Yeah. Night.
Night.